Welcome to Tokyosaurus. So what's up in Japan? When Boruto first started, everybody pretty much agreed that Naruto wasn't exactly the stellar parent that you thought he would become because he himself grew up with the pains of not having his own parents around. So we all expected him to try his hardest to overcompensate by giving his children more love than they can handle. But this was obviously not the case. As we see with Boruto, Naruto is never home and has pretty much neglected his daddy duties ever since he realized his lifelong dream and became the 7th Hokage. All of Boruto's angstiness pretty much stems from Naruto being so busy with protecting the village that he can barely even see them even though they live in the same house. So Naruto isn't a stellar parent. That is a fact, but what we were seeing this whole time was Boruto's perspective. Rarely did we ever get to hear from Naruto's side on this issue, because this show is called Boruto after all. But in the latest showing of Boruto, we finally got to hear it from Naruto himself, as they actually dived into Naruto's psyche to find out just exactly what he was thinking this whole time. And turns out, we were kind of right. Naruto himself admits that he has not been the greatest father, and he realizes exactly what his mistakes were. Already a step ahead of Goku in the father department. So let's get right into just exactly what happened in this episode. It begins with Momoshiki absorbing chakra from a tied up Naruto, and it looks like Naruto is in a pretty big pinch. Naruto isn't making it easy for Momoshiki even though he's tied up, and mentions that his powers took time and hard work to acquire. Momoshiki responds by saying that he can obtain powers greater than his effortlessly with his pills, so why would anyone train and persevere through that training? Naruto immediately recognizes that the scientific ninja tool that he caught Boruto using during the Chunin exam was exactly the same thing as this pill that Momoshiki was utilizing, as it allows ninjas to use other people's jutsus without using their own chakra. Zero training and massive results. Naruto thinks back to the time Boruto yelled at him in front of everyone, saying that he wouldn't have been in this situation if he had just talked to him a little more. Naruto realizes that he drove Boruto into using the scientific ninja tool to get his attention, and that he was wrong to treat Boruto like a kid and not even acknowledge him as a growing person. Naruto understands that his mistake was not only treating Boruto like a kid, but also not putting in the effort in trying to get to know Boruto more. Which means, in other words, putting the time down to communicate and just spend time with your kid. Naruto gets a few other flashbacks, starting with Boruto telling him that he awakened the Byakugan, which we know was actually something different, something that Boruto was extremely excited about, and instead of encouraging him, Naruto's first response was doubt and skepticism. The next one was Naruto making a promise to Boruto that he will be there for Himawari's birthday, which he will eventually break as well. Basically, a bunch of memories with Boruto that he is now regretting for not taking seriously, as he is about to get his life drained out of him in what may possibly be his last moments. At the end of it, he came to the realization that he really didn't try to understand Boruto as a person at all, as he was still treating him like a little child. It seems like this whole time, Naruto may not have realized that his baby Boruto is now a grown person, capable of forming his own thoughts and opinions. As soon as he realizes this, he tells Momoshiki he plans on wrapping this up quickly so he can hurry home to Boruto after he beats them up. But of course, Sasuke and the rescue team drops in just in time before we get to see if Naruto was just bluffing, and we get a reunion between Boruto and Naruto. They have a nice chat while the other Hokages are fighting for their lives. Naruto then goes full serious mode and tells Boruto that he's sorry for everything up till now, and that by trying to protect Boruto and the village, he ended up ignoring the family, and he didn't even try to understand him. Then he goes on to tell the story that when he was a kid, he also wanted attention too, and he kept getting into trouble. Boruto was genuinely surprised that Naruto also got into a lot of trouble when he was a kid, and then we get another long awkward silence between the two. But Boruto finally breaks it by telling Naruto, "You know, I don't really know anything about you, Dad. I wanted to know more about you this whole time, but my pride kept getting in the way. I didn't try to see it from your side and I kept pushing you away. But now I want to know more. So it's fine the way it is, it's okay to keep things the way they were, with you focused on protecting the village. Just that when you have time, instead of lecturing me, I want you to tell me stories from your past." Naruto obviously agrees to this, but wow, Naruto just graduated to being an okay dad, but I think Boruto just went from a bratty and hateable kid to best kid a dad can have. After all that's happened, Boruto immediately understood that Naruto wasn't not thinking about his family this whole time. He was just caught up in protecting the village, which he now understands is actually a huge responsibility. Boruto is proud of his dad, but I think Naruto may just have had his proudest moment yet in seeing Boruto grow up as well. It seems like the words protecting the village now means a lot more to Boruto, as he asks if Naruto really means it when he says it, to which Naruto obviously responds. Of course, he never goes back on his words, because that's his nindo or ninja way. Sounds cliche, but it sounds a lot better in Japanese, I promise. Boruto looks very inspired, and I think it's safe to say his daddy issues are finally over. It's really cool to see Naruto developing as a character even as he's already reached his lifelong dream at becoming the leader of the village. We know that he's still got much to learn in the parenting department, which I'm sure will be his next big lifelong dream. But now knowing that Boruto and Naruto have fixed their relationship, it makes the scene from the very beginning of the series much more impactful, as we know Naruto is either dead or missing at that point when Kawaki fights Boruto, which means that fight is going to be that much more emotionally significant for Boruto. Anyways, are you glad to see Naruto finally becoming a better father, or are you excited to see Boruto slowly maturing into a likable human being? As usual, I want to hear your thoughts, so let me know down in the comments below. Thumbs up the video if you liked it, hit the bell for notifications if you want to be updated with the latest that's going on in Japan, and I'll see you guys in the next one.